everyone do see my screen? I'm going to start now. Yeah, this is our company tagline, or you call it slogan. This says change your water, change your life. And those who have attended this session, he previously shared that it's a big statement, but it happened for many of us, especially distributors who are in this business, because it not only change our health, it change our financial situation as well. So I'm going to go straight into my presentation tonight. So how it all started. In many parts of the world, there are places where people say there's miracle waters. Why they say miracle waters? Apparently, in this, I think in the entire world, there's about 7 or 8 places with very, very good water. If people with health issues, it seems that when they drink water from this region for a period of time, they do see health improvement. So the word spreads and people start calling this water miracle waters. On the slides, you can see in Lourdes, France, very popular among Catholics. Mexico, in Germany, Muslims, they are very aware of Zamzam water. In China, there's a place called Pharma. It's very good water, and people there live up to a ripe old age. But to scientists, there's no such thing as miracle water. Okay, they need an explanation for everything. So what they did was they took water samples from all these regions, they did a test, and they have a finding. They realized that all this water has in common is only one thing: active hydrogen. So what is active hydrogen? We all do know that water is H2O, 2H and 1O, right? So the H in this water, when people call miracle waters, the H is active. The hydrogen is alive, not dead. That makes a huge difference in the water quality. And I'll further explain on that later. So with that finding, there's an amazing breakthrough in technology. Enagic is the company that sells machines that produce water of this quality. In the old days, machines are huge for hospitals to use. In the mid-90s, Enagic began to have household units. Okay? Who is Enagic? It's a 46-year-old private Japanese company. They are original equipment manufacturer of electrolysis water generator for medical use. They have many ISO. The common ones you see on the screen is 9001, 14001. But the unusual and the special one, and the outstanding one, is ISO 13485. What is that? That is an ISO for medical devices. For example, the CT scan in the hospital where they scan your brain, that is ISO 13485. So what does it mean when a machine has this kind of standard? It means all materials are medical grade. Enagic are in 23 countries, 40 locations globally, and it's always expanding. This is the certificate, the ISO certification. You can see the certificate holder, it says here, is Enagic. What's their scope of business? Manufacture of electrolysis water generator for medical use. I think there are more than 40 different water systems globally. Enagic is the only one in the entire world has this ISO 13485 for their water system, which is a electrolyzed reduced water generator for medical use. Next, those who can understand Mandarin, on the bottom of the certificate is written in Japanese, but if you read it in Mandarin, it is 日本成人病预防协会. That translates to, on the right, Japanese Association of Preventive Medicine for Adult Diseases. Okay, so that's the name of the association. So what are adult diseases? Well, basically like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. But diseases like this, now the age group is really, the demographics has changed. Even young people get diabetes now, right? How to obtain this certificate? More than 6,500 doctors has to do clinical trial with the water. It took Enagic 5 years to get this certification. Okay, so the minimum number is 6,500 doctors have to certify that it works. I think now we have more than 8,000. That is just the requirement. And among all the water systems, only Enagic has this certification globally. Now, if you go to our website, there's a lot of certification. I'm just going to share with you a screen, which I think is very prominent and it's with volume. Okay, so this is the third one. You see there, it says Water Quality Association. This is a third-party endorsement by American Water Quality Association. If you go to, let's say, in Singapore, we have shopping center like the Ngee City, Takashimaya, Isetan. There are a lot of water systems selling there. Okay, some salespeople like to say, "Oh, you know what? Our company is WQA member." What does it mean, WQA member? Anybody can be a member of an association. You just need to pay and you join. And what do you get? Monthly newsletter. Okay, but Enagic is not just a member. We are being awarded a gold seal for our high quality of this machine. Okay, that is the gold seal, and this gold seal you can find on our SD501 machine. All right, and this gold seal is, we are also the only one globally to have this gold seal certification. Now, who is using Kangen water? This gentleman here, his name is Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He's the co-developer of colonoscopy and the inventor of polypectomy. Okay? Polypectomy is a procedure, non-invasive, to remove cysts and fibroid from our stomach. So medical doctors, especially gastrointestinal medical students rather, sometimes they call this method Shinya method because he's the one who invented it, right? So he has published several books. This is just one of them. In this book called The Enzyme Factor, in page 159, he says, Kangen water is alkaline rich. Hear this, it's alkaline rich, it's not alkaline water, it's a different thing, okay? And considered the very best drinking water. Why? Because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. So these are the tests I will do and show you later on. On the right, you can see the before and after picture of one of his patients that he shared. That's why, because he has seen a lot of improvement in his patients, his treatment protocol definitely includes Kangen water. He tells all his patients to drink Kangen water. Another expert, this gentleman is called Robert Wright. He's the director of American Anti-Cancer Institute. This book is very, very interesting. I encourage a lot of my friends to read this book because it has many chapters. It tells you how the cancer industry started, based on chemo, radiation, how it all started. There's many chapters to teach people how to adopt different protocols to prevent or even, in many cases, reverse cancer. Okay, so in chapter 6 is solely dedicated to water. It's the science behind water and how water can help us do that. So there's 3 parts that I extract from the book. The first part, it says here about Dr. Hiromi Shinya using the water as a protocol for all his patients, highlighted there. All of the cancer patients that he and his team have treated have a 0 recurrence of any kind. That's in page 167. Next, he mentioned that he already has a machine. Okay, he's just saying that if he's looking for an electrolysis unit today, he will buy our SD501 made by the Enagic company because it's simply the Rolls Royce of water ionizers. To be fair, because this book is published several years ago, before the K8 was being launched. So during that time, when he published this book, yes, SD501 is the highest quality, but now we have another model called K8. And the last part is that he has no financial interest with Enagic. He does not receive any remuneration or for recommending or writing all these things inside his book. Okay, these are just pure research that he shares with people inside his book. So just to show you that he's a real person, not a fiction character. So he was in Singapore, I think 3 years ago, time flies. So he had a seminar about the killing cancer, not people. Many of us attended the session. It was really mind-blowing. Our human body is more than 70% water. Okay, you look at the chart there. Even our bones have water. Brain is 80%, blood is 90%. So if that much of water is inside your body, what is the quality of your 70%? You ask yourself honestly. You hear this a lot. Oh, you must drink 8 cups of water a day. Why 8 cups? Because 1 cup is about 250 ml. 8 cups gives you 2 liters. But when people hear 2 liters, they say, well, what young is so much, how to drink? Actually, it's only 8 cups. Okay? And by the way, for foreigners, what young is just a local slang for exaggeration or exclamation. Sorry about that. So let's recall what you drank yesterday. For example, in the morning you drink 1 cup of coffee, then 1 cup of tea, maybe some filtered water or bottled water. Then in the afternoon, another cup of coffee. In the evening, a beer, a wine, a total of 8 cups. But you cannot count soda, beer, and wine, or even coffee as water, because coffee and tea is actually diuretic, right? So many people, I think, throughout the day, they only drink 3 to 4 cups of water. And what is the quality of that 4 cups? Because that determines the quality of your 70%. If our body 70% of is water, how do you get the 70%? By drinking, not by soaking in the bathtub or dancing in the room, right? Now, this is the levels of organization in our body. Okay, I think we have learned this in school, just let me recap a little for you. So we are made up of cells. Okay, of course there's atoms and all that. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, let's start with cells. There's plenty of cells in our body. All the cells comes together, it forms tissues. All the tissues come together, it forms organs. So with these organs, we have our operating system, right? Respiratory system, digestive system, and so on. And all these come together, we have our whole body. Now, I think many of you might have this experience before. For example, old neighbor or old classmate or distant relative or even someone close to your heart is diagnosed with cancer, for example. When we know someone is diagnosed with cancer, our first reaction or our first question very often is stage 1. We ask stage 1. What do you hear? Most of the time, stage 3, stage 4. Do you hear stage 1? No. Why? Because we all have cancer cells in our body. It is the cell's environment that depends what happens to those cells, whether it mutate, it multiply. When it affects your tissues, that's stage 2. When it affects your organ, that's stage 3. When it affects your system, that's stage 4, and so on. But why when people are being diagnosed with cancer, it's very common to hear stage 3? Because, for example, a lot of us, we do annual medical checkup. So what do you do during those checkups? You do urine tests, blood tests, ECG, maybe some feces tests, and so forth, or cancer markers. Okay. It doesn't really tell you have cancer or not. Let's say you cough for a period of more than 2 months, and you're so worried about the situation of your lungs, you go and see a general practitioner, a regular doctor in the clinic. The doctors might think that, oh yeah, coughing for 2 months is something unusual, right? They will refer you to a specialist, or rather go to the hospital. They will take an x-ray to look at your lungs. If there's dark shadow, then there's a possibility of the tumor. From there, they will take out tissues from your lungs to test whether is it benign or malignant, or is it cancerous, in another word, in layman terms. Okay? So when people find out they have cancer at stage 3, it's not their fault. It's not that, how come they discover so late? How come they are so not careful? It must affect your organ function, then it will trigger for you to do further tests. Okay? Those annual medical checkup is insufficient to do that. Unless breast cancer, because it's on the surface, when you feel a lump, something is unusual, you go and see a doctor, then they take out tissue from the lump. With further tests, they can determine whether it's stage 2 or some very early it's stage 1A. But we cannot touch our kidney, lung, and liver to see if there's lump, right? So it must affect the function to trigger us to do further tests. So if you look at this chart, don't you think it is best to first look after ourselves? So how do we do that? Because our body fundamentally makes up of cells. Okay? The cell's environment is water. So basically, in layman terms, your cells float on water. Each cell 90% is water. So the water content in your body is very important because that is your cell's environment. I'm just using cancer as an example, but if our body is made up of cells, a lot of illnesses start from there. Okay? So how do we do that? Then we have to drink the best water available, the water that our body thirsts for. So I will introduce to you Kangen water. The company name is Enagic. Kangen water is the name Enagic gives to the water that's coming out from the machine. Okay?
Hello.
It means back to origin in Japanese. Kangen, Fangen means back to origin. Because we are all born alkaline, we are all born healthy. This water will help bring back our health. So what are the properties in Kangen water? 3 things. It's very antioxidizing. It alkalizes our body.
Sherlyn बहुत अच्छा
And
बना
it's
रही है, Sherlyn
phytoplastic.
दे रही है medical dev ना.
Prior to drinking Kangen water, I've heard about antioxidants, I've heard about alkalinity. I do not know about microplastics,
बहुत
but
अच्छा
I
है.
think it
ये
is
रीड से
extremely
भी अच्छा है.
important, which I'll
नहीं,
you'll
इसका
see in the
recording
test
का मैं
later.
अभी क्या है 1000
So
रुपया
first things first, let's talk about
ऐसा
antioxidation,
नहीं.
or rather
हाँ, जब तक
oxidation.
मेरे अकाउंट में
When you cut an apple into two, it turns
मेरे
brown.
अकाउंट में मेरे
Okay,
अकाउंट
that's
में नहीं आएगा
oxidation.
तो मतलब मैं
You put a nail out in the open, rain, shine, and then it becomes rusty. So that's oxidation. Everything oxidizes every second, every minute. All of us. Now,
खोपड़े में नहीं लिखना है.
you look at the picture of the lady. When people are 65, 70, they can Botox, put Botox on their face and make themselves look 30. But who are they kidding? Their organs are still
Actually ये जो है
65,
डॉक्टर्स के
70.
लिए और अच्छे
We
लोगों
have to
के
take
लिए
care of
सुनना है
ourselves
कि बहुत अच्छा है.
internally. Because
Anyway, मैं record
oxidation
कर लूँगा,
happens
फिर भेज दूँ.
internally as well. Oxidation is as good as say, sickness and aging. So how do we slow down that process? This is the oxidation reduction potential chart. In short, it's ORP. So what is oxidation reduction potential? You read it backwards. The potential to reduce oxidation in your body when you consume whatever you do on the chart. So on the right hand side of the chart is positive ORP. That is sports drink, tap water, filtered water, RO water, etc. Green tea, we hear this a lot, right? Drink green tea is good for you. Japanese people, they live for drink a lot of green tea every day. So, green tea is high antioxidant value about -100. Fresh fruits and vegetables, depending on what type, it can be -50, -100, or up to -200 even. And then there's cod liver oil, and then there's Kangen water. So let's look at antioxidation test, or rather ORP test. I'm going to play a video for you.
So you've always been told that you need to drink 8 glasses of water per day. But do you really know why? Our bodies are made up of over 75% water. Every cell, tissue, organ in your body needs water to survive. But not all water is created equal. Tap water is full of contaminants and added chemicals that are harmful to our bodies. While bottled water might seem like the better option, the production process is highly unregulated and contains harmful chemicals leached from the plastic containers. Also, this water is acidic and affects your body's pH and antioxidant balance. To top it all off, when it's not recycled, these bottles end up in our community's landfills, rivers, destroying our local ecosystem. So what can you do? What if you knew of one product that not only will give you clean, refreshing, yummy drinking water, it will help you replace harmful household chemicals and help you go green in your entire home? Want to learn more? Here's how. This is your new SD501, Enagic's flagship model that will filter your tap water through electrolysis to produce super hydrating, alkaline, antioxidant water. This portable system connects to your faucet and is capable of producing 7 different types of waters. First, the water travels through your double carbon antibacterial filter to remove contaminants and chlorine, leaving you with clean, incredibly delicious drinking water. Next, the water passes over 7 electrically charged platinum-dipped titanium plates, producing Kangen and acidic waters. It's alkaline and full of antioxidants and able to fully hydrate and detoxify the body's cells and tissues. So how can a water be antioxidizing? Well, an antioxidant is a simple molecule capable of stopping the oxidation and deterioration of other molecules. Enagic's industry-leading Japanese technology uses electricity to separate the molecules in your water, leaving more antioxidizing molecules available to stop oxidation, inflammation, and the aging process in your body. This is an ORP meter, which literally measures a liquid's potential to reduce oxidation. The more positive the reading, the more oxidizing or inflammatory the liquid is. The more negative the reading, the more antioxidizing and anti-inflammatory a liquid is. We'll go to Propel. This is actually the same as vitamin water, Gatorade, Powerade, any sports drink. About 400. going up and down there. We got Sprite. We all kind of know that soda's bad for us. Diet sodas, by the way, and dark colored sodas are in the 500s. But Sprite is right around 436. And we got Kangen. And it's been sitting out a while, so that's pretty good for sitting out. That's negative 483. Right out of the tap, I get negative 800.
Did you hear what she said? That cup of Kangen has been sitting out for a while. It's negative 400 plus. Right out of the tap, it can go up to negative 800. It means even Kangen water oxidizes. So when you see a bottled water that says, oh, $20, very high antioxidant, please don't pay big bucks for that. Okay? Because it's not that they are lying to you. When they put the water in the bottle, yes, maybe there's antioxidant of minus 200 or 100, I do not know. But the thing is, the moment it's being shipped in a container, sent to the port, sent to the warehouse, sent to the supermarket, by the time you buy, you open, you drink, it's probably more than 6 months later. So it's not possible to bottle antioxidant that we. That's why Kangen, we don't sell Kangen water bottled in the supermarket. You have to purchase the machine, drink it fresh to have the best benefit. Okay, so what you see just now, the measurement of ORP, that is the measurement of active hydrogen in millivolts. Active hydrogen is one type of antioxidant. When consumed, it can donate electrons to your cells to help you fight free radicals. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about acidity. So what causes acidity in our body? We are all born in an alkaline state. Okay, age 0 to 25, we are about 7.7 for the anabolic stage. 25 to 45, we stabilizes, that's about 7, and after 45, we get more and more acid. This is the ideal situation, but I have friends age 28, 32, they are getting severe gout or diabetes. So doesn't mean if you are between age 25 to 45, you are very safe, because there's a lot of external factor that affects us. For example, diet. A lot of food we eat daily are actually acidic. Stress, emotion, anger, dialect, we say take, all these are bad for our health. Smoking, extremely acidic, of course. Medications, this I'm referring to pharmaceutical Western medication, not Chinese herbs. Okay? When you are being prescribed medication, you will hear the nurse tell you, right, the instruction is after food, consume after food, because it's too acidic to have it on the empty stomach. Pollution. I think now we are slightly better because of COVID, lockdown, but prior to that, or even here going forward, pollution is going to come back and it's going to get worse. But I have people tell me, oh, I eat very healthy, I never get angry, I don't smoke, I never take medication, I live in the mountain. But who are you kidding? We are aging every day. Okay, so aging plus the rest of the situation, we are just getting more and more acidic every day. And when there's too much acid in our body, acidosis happens. And acidosis is the root cause of a lot of illnesses. This is Dr. Warburg. He's no ordinary doctor. He's the first person that discovered the real cause of cancer. And he won a Nobel Prize for it in 1931. In his study, or rather in his research, he says cancer is only caused by two basic conditions: acidosis, which is too much acid in our body, and hypoxia, our cells lack of oxygen. Cancerous tissue are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. Another Dr. Barudi, he published a book called Alkalize or Die. It's a very strong thing to say, either you alkalize or you die. Why? Because he said all disease comes from the same root cause, too much acidity. So you have to alkalize yourself or you are going the other direction. So this is a pH chart. pH is actually from the full chart. Okay, it is 1 to 14. But in a color chart, most of the time you only see 4 to 10, because above 10, the color does not change much anymore. Below 4, it does not change much too. 7 is neutral. It's neither acidic or alkaline. And how to get alkalinity in nutritious food, good emotion, and positive activities. And how do you get acid in your body? Of course, with acidic food, medication, aging, and so forth, like the chart I showed you earlier. Now let's look at a pH test.
Everything we eat or drink is either alkalizing or acidifying on the body. Unfortunately, the majority of us consume foods and beverages that are sugar-laden, highly processed, leaving our bodies in a state of acidosis, which can lead to illness and accelerate the aging process. By restoring the body to an alkaline state, we can regain control of our health. Since our bodies are over 70% water, the best way to do this is by drinking water with a good amount of naturally occurring alkaline minerals. These are just pH drops like you would test your pool, or anything you're wanting to test the pH of a liquid. If you look at the pH chart, it's about a 4, and then typically pop and sports drinks are right in between a 3 and a 4 pH. When you got your Kangen, this is actually the 9.5 water, but the machine can make 8.5, 9, or 9.5 so that you don't detox too quickly. A fun little trick I want to show you guys is I pulled the Kangen water here. Let's say you've been drinking bottled water for a long time, and you're like, okay, well, how long could it take for the water to kind of help my body? Well, I drink Kangen, drinking the Kangen water. But, you guys, sports drinks and sodas are so acidic. It actually takes 32 glasses of Kangen water just to neutralize one soda. Check this out. Take the soda, take the Kangen.
So are you still going to drink soda after you see this test? This is a slow poison, I would call it. It's really slow poison. Sometimes you see on YouTube, right, they use Coca-Cola to wash toilet or wash some rusty, whatever, pipes, and it works. Because that's how acidic it is. So can you imagine drinking soda and filling your internal pipes with this kind of acidity? It's extremely harmful and it's sugar-laden.
Everything.
Now, some people ask me, if I drink Kangen water, will I be too alkaline? I get this question a lot. Doesn't mean you drink 9.5, you become 9.5. Okay? You drink Kangen water, it will not make you a Smurf. It won't turn blue. You look at this food chart. On the left of the chart are food we take all the time. On the right of the chart are the food we take sometime. Unless you're extremely health conscious, right? We can't say, today onwards, I'm only going to eat the right side, I will eat the left side. Why? Because we all have balanced diet. We need a balanced diet. We need the vitamins, the nutrients from all these food that we see on the chart. So you're bound to eat food on the left and the right side of the chart. Okay? So Kangen water will only help you balance your body in a good region. Okay? It's about 7.365, right? You saw in the earlier chart. Doesn't mean you drink pH 9 and your body will be 9. It's not possible because on top of that, there's the emotion of anger, anxiety, the pollution, or whatever there is that's stressing us out day in and day out. Okay, so Kangen water will only help you be in a very good state. The third test you're going to see is called microclustered. Okay, microclustered water. Okay, water is H2O. But when you pour water or you turn on the tap, the water starts to flow, right? It does not flow in single molecule. It's not each drop is H2O, H2O. It's not like that. Okay, it comes in a cluster like grapes. So regular water is about 15 to 20. Some can even go up to 25 molecules. But Kangen water is only 5 to 6 molecules. Okay? So imagine you try to put a bunch of it into a regular 250 ml cup. You will not fit. But 5-6 grape, and you fit into the cup, it goes in very easily. Okay? So to simplify things, I'm going to call the left side this kind of big cluster water, big water, and the right side, I'm going to call Kangen water small water for easy understanding. Okay? So let's look at the next test.
See this in action. This is my absolute favorite. So you see this Lipton green tea bag? We want this to represent your body. Now, this is not some major scientific experiment. It's just a cool idea so you can see the better hydration and detoxification. So we'll put the tea bag in there. I want you to pretend like you're drinking Dasani all day and you're trying to get yourself hydrated. This is really important for athletes. It's really important for dealing with brain fog. And of course, with the detoxification, it's really important for losing weight and for feeling better because toxins, we'll even get a little help there. Toxins sit in our cells if you can't get them out with your water, what did my skeptical husband say? He said, well, that's not fair. The tea bag was already wet, right? But isn't that cool? That's showing you the superior hydration, better detoxification of your cells. But just so you know that we weren't, cheating, and it wasn't because the tea bag was already wet. We'll go back to the Dasani. You know how when you feel really bloated or your stomach feels really full and sloshy with bottled water or tap water, you're drinking a lot of water? It's because it's sitting in your stomach and not actually absorbing into the intestines. To give you a little dose of science, the Kangen water, between the good alkaline minerals and the antioxidant, it can open your pyloric valve and go straight into the intestines. We actually have the top colon doctor in the world, Dr. Hiromi Shinya. He created the polyposcopy and helped create the colonoscopy. And this is why he recommends Kangen water as the main beverage to drink, because the Kangen water absorbs the tea better. That's showing you how you can absorb your nutrients better and how you can get waste and toxins out of your cells better. It's a pretty cool representation. See this?
Okay, so drinking small water, well, I call it small water for simple understanding, is very important, because you look at this chart. There are different functions of water in our body. Well, some look insignificant, right? It says moisturize our mouth. But this is very important, because when you offer somebody a cup of water, sometimes you hear the response is, it's okay, I'm not thirsty, I will drink later. Why wait until you are thirsty? You shouldn't wait until you are thirsty to drink. You should drink or sip throughout the day. When you actually feel thirsty, you are already beginning to be dehydrated. Now, why I highlight this in red? Because this will emphasize to you the importance of microcrusted water, or I call it small water. Because the function of water, here it says to assist detoxification and reduce the burden on our kidneys and liver. So if the water you drink is so-called too big, it's unable to work in your cellular level to help you remove toxic buildup from the kidney and your liver. Then the second one here below, if the water you drink is not small enough, it's unable to work in your cellular level to properly transport nutrients and oxygen into your cells. Why these two are important? Like what Dr. Warburg said. Cancer are only two basic conditions. Too much acid in our body and our cells lack of oxygen. This is another famous doctor. Look at the big names on the slide there, okay? So he said, we have understood the importance of alkalizing diet. Eating broccoli, eating kale, for decades. But we have been unsuccessful in getting our patients to do that. How much kale, how much blueberry, how much broccoli can you eat in a day? We cannot eat enough alkaline food to keep our body alkaline. So, drinking water is the easiest way to get people alkaline very easily. Hundreds of thousands of their patients have seen remarkable results from drinking Kangen medical grade. Okay, you see that it's medical grade drinking water. This is how one of our machines look like, because we have different models. So the earlier demo that you saw, the three things, the three properties where it shows Kangen has very high antioxidant, it is alkalizing, and the water is microcrusted. The three tests was done with Kangen water 9.5. So this will replace your cooking water, your daily drinking water, to make coffee, make tea, make soup, cook rice, and drink like regular water. Okay. There's another button you press, it gives you clean water. So this clean water is tap water going through our filter, did not go through the electrolysis process. This is good for to make baby formula milk, or to consume, to take prescribed medication from doctors. The next one you see, beauty water. Beauty water is just a name our company gives to the water. Why is it called beauty water? Because the pH is between 4 to 6. If you go to a supermarket, or in Singapore we have this thing called Watson or Garden Pharmacy, Johnson & Johnson product or some other products, hair, skin, scalp product, at the front of the bottle they like to put pH 5.5. Why? Because our hair, skin, scalp, the most ideal pH is between 4 to 6. So this is very good for people with skin issues, or even without skin issues. This is very moisturizing. You can use it as a toner. The one at the bottom is strong acidic water. This is pH 2.5. Anything below 2.7 has the ability to kill viruses and bacteria. So this will replace the sanitizer that you need to buy, especially now during COVID. Right? I'm not saying that this water can kill COVID, but as it is, we are being encouraged to use sanitizer. And where do we buy them? From regular shopping centers, shopping mall in Singapore, we buy from NTUC. So this is as good as regular sanitizer, if not better. Why? There is no harmful chemical in our pH 2.5. It is just water with a very low pH. So good that you can actually spray in your eyes if you have a sore eye or of any kind. But can you spray the sanitizer, the bottled one with high alcohol content into your eye? No. This is what they use in hospitals to sanitize surgical knives. Dental clinics are using 2.5 for their patients. I used to run a Japanese restaurant, so we use this pH 2.5 to sanitize the sashimi chopping board and the knives. If you have sore throat, you can gargle with pH 2.5 and it will soothe your throat and your sore throat will go away. If you have ulcers in your mouth, 2.5 is very powerful. If you accidentally cut yourself, this one I cannot show you a demo. If you accidentally cut yourself, quickly rinse with 2.5. I can vouch for it because accidentally cutting ourselves is very common in my restaurant. My colleagues love this 2.5 water. Okay, if very deep cut, please go to the hospital. I'm talking about normal cuts. Now, the first one on top, it says strong Kangen water pH 11.5. Anything above pH 11 has the ability to emulsify body. Why is this important? All our fruits and vegetables has pesticides. Okay, and pesticides are oil-based. So that when the farmers spray, even if it rains, they do not have to respray because water cannot wash away oil. So the rain cannot wash away the oil-based pesticide. Look at these farmers spraying the pesticide on the field. They look like astronauts. If it's not safe to breathe, why is it safe to eat? So I'm going to show you a quick test on how the strong Kangen water can help remove pesticides.
Organic, right? And pesticides are oil-based because when it rains, they have to have the oil so the pesticides don't fall off. Well, the 11.5 is our strong alkaline Kangen water that's highly antioxidant, and it actually can remove all oils, which is why you can replace your laundry detergent with it and replace any kind of like degreaser for your stove or any kind of like cleaner like that. But here's my favorite part. So we're gonna wash these tomatoes with bottled water, or just say filtered water, right? Then we're going to wash these tomatoes with the 11.5 water. Oops, gonna make a mess. Okay. We actually have this proven on PubMed to remove between 80 to 95% of all pesticides from your produce. My favorite part is that not only does the produce taste better, because it's not have that filmy, gross, slimy pesticide taste, and the produce lasts about a week longer. So by the way, when you wash your produce, so any fruits and vegetables at home with tap water, the chlorine is actually being absorbed into your fruits and vegetables. Same with your shower. That's why we have a shower unit. Even bottled water or filtered water at home, the chemicals are being put into the produce, but the worst part is it's not pulling out the pesticides and really cleaning the produce like you would like it to. Where the 11.5 can actually penetrate all oil and emulsify it and break it down and pull out all those pesticides. So now that you've seen what this SC501 machine can do for your health, it's easy to see why Enagic says, change your water, change your life. We'd like to help bring the cleanest, healthiest water to you and your family and friends and make a global impact on health, starting with your community. One more note on bottled water. It may seem like the convenient choice, but with all the harmful chemicals in the plastic and the acidity of the water, it's basically a poison to your body. And some bottled water companies take the clean water from indigenous people and they have no clean drinking water, just so we can have a more convenient bottle. When we say a global impact, we really mean it. When you're drinking Kangen water instead of bottled water, it's better for the community, the ecosystem, and you and your family. Organic.
So you heard her say eco-friendly. Why is it eco-friendly? Because if you know how to fully utilize the Enagic Kangen machine, All these things you see on the screen, you don't have to buy. It can be replaced. In my home, there's no sieve, there's no Clorox, there's no Magiclean, Dettol. It's all coming from my Kangen machine. So it's extremely eco-friendly because all these are actually bad for the environment and it is bad for our health. All this we can do without. Alright. So I'm going to just quickly share a good testimonial. These are some are people I know personally, some are from my seniors. So the first one you see top left is my mom's friend. She has a severe psoriasis since young. She came to take water for me just to do a water trial. And in 25 days, look at this red patch. This is her back. It's gone. It's so much minimized. Okay? And then on the right hand side, this is a friend's mother who has diabetes. This photo here is the second photo. She accidentally deleted the first photo. The first photo, this second toe is very bright. The third one looks like the second toe. And the doctor says she needs to get it amputated. So she was due for amputation 1 week later. So 1 week prior to the amputation, the girlfriend called me and asked me how, what can she do? I said, actually, I do not know, to tell you the truth. I have no personal testimony, although I've heard about it before. So I just tell her, soak the affected area with pH 2.5 salt acid water and then drink lots of Kangen water. And just try, because after all, next week you're going to cut the two toes, right? Just give it a shot. And 1 week later, you look at the amazing improvement. Still, she needs to bring the mom to the doctor because appointment has been made for amputation. But when she's at the hospital, when the doctor looked at it, the doctor said, you know what, actually, I do not need to cut her toes anymore. It seems like it is fine. Some people say, wow, Kangen machine so expensive. To this elder lady, I think she was 50 years old. Saving the two toes is really priceless. Bottom left, this is a radiation with skin improvement. And then the one in the middle is my colleague. She used to work with me in my Japanese restaurant. I do not call this losing weight. I call this removing toxic waste, toxic buildup in our body. And then this baby photo is just to show you that our strong acidic, our beauty water is very, very safe. Even baby can benefit from it. On top, the 4 slides you see before and after, that is not mine. That is Dr. Shinya. So you can actually find this online. The one at the bottom is shared by one of our senior. I heard this lady, her name is Agnes, she lives somewhere in Woodlands. And you look at the amazing improvement. The first photo, she looked elderly, I think, yeah. But with Kangen water, she looks younger and younger. She lost some good weight, and her skin improvement is really amazing. So, if the human body is about 70% water, what you drink matters. Okay, it really matters. Health matters, water matters. This is the internal view of SB501. What it does is, first and foremost, tap water will go through this filter. It removes what you see on the left side, all the impurities and unwanted things that we don't want to be in our water. But this is a patented smart filter. Besides removing the impurities, is able to still keep the minerals. We must drink water with minerals. It's no good to drink water with zero minerals like RO or water. Alright? It's not that they are bad. They are not for healthy people like us. It's only for special conditions. Then doctor will tell you you have to drink distilled water. I will not go further in elaborating that. So having done that process, the water will then pass through. This is what we call an electrolysis chamber. These are electrode plates. You can see minus plus, this is the electric current. Okay? So having gone through this electrolysis chamber, it gives you very high end health.